Nearly all the foods we eat have a nutritional facts label that presents the essential values for what the food contains, showing the total fat, carbohydrate, protein levels, and loads of other info. But what do all these values mean, and how are they measured? And how can this information help us to stay healthy? A lot of us should pay more attention to nutritional values. For example, you might love having a caramel iced coffee every morning. But if you look at the nutritional info, a large caramel iced coffee from a leading fast food chain has 680 calories. You would need to spend an hour biking at high speed to burn those calories off. So what exactly is a calorie? A calorie is a measure of energy. When most people think about the term calorie, they're actually talking about what nutritionists call a kilocalorie, or calorie with a big C. 1 calorie is the amount of energy it takes to heat 1 kilogram of water 1 degree Celsius at sea level. The calorie content of food was determined in the late 1800s by the chemist Wilbur O. Atwater. He built a device called a respiration calorimeter to make direct measurements of heat released by humans from the food they consumed. At 4 feet by 8 feet, Atwater's calorimeter was big enough to allow a person to step into it. It measured the amount of heat they released, the amount of oxygen they consumed, and the carbon dioxide they gave off. Using this device, Atwater was able to measure the precise amount of energy contained in thousands of food items. He found that carbohydrates and proteins were worth 4 calories per gram, and fats about 9 calories per gram. This 494 rule is at the heart of how labels are determined today. In case you are wondering how many calories you need every day, the answer varies depending on your gender, age, and your activity level. For example, a 17-year-old male with a moderately active lifestyle needs 2,400 to 2,800 calories per day. If that person has a sedentary lifestyle, that number goes down to 2,200. A process called metabolism, which occurs in the body's cells, generates the calories we need for our daily activities. Metabolism is a series of chemical reactions in which food is broken down and energy is released. When we consume more calories than our bodies need, these calories are stored for later use, primarily as fat. But how calories are produced and used, that is, our metabolism, varies from person to person. A person's basal metabolic rate, the rate at which a person's body uses energy while at rest, is responsible for up to 70% of the calories used by our bodies, so it can play a role in a person's tendency to gain weight. A person with a low basal metabolic rate will not use as much energy as a person with a high metabolic rate for the same amount of food. That's why people say that the ability to lose weight is linked to a person's metabolism. People can change their basal metabolic rate by exercising, which in the long run increases the basal metabolic rates of the heart, lungs, kidneys, liver, and the brain. Also, people with more muscle and less fat generally have a higher basal metabolic rate. In addition to calories, the nutrition label also displays the amount of the 3 main nutrients: fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. Fat is present in vegetable oil, dairy products, and fish. Proteins are found in meat, beans, milk, and nuts. Carbs are found in fruits, vegetables, and cereals. By looking at the nutrition facts label, you can gain a better understanding of what you can eat, so you can make healthier decisions on what to include in your diet.